And then the floor is yours when you're ready.
And Dr. Chan, the staff is ready to go when you are.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the Dental Board of California Licensing, Certification, and Permits Committee meeting. My name is Dr. Stephen Chan, and I am the chair of the committee. Today is Thursday, August 19th, 2021. This committee meeting is being held via WebEx. Pursuant to the provisions of Governor Newsom's Executive Order N-08-21, dated June 11th, 2021, neither a public location nor teleconference locations are provided for this meeting. For all those who wish to participate, please log on to the WebEx website provided on the posted agenda for this meeting. Instructions to connect to the meeting are provided on the agenda. The preferred audio connection is via telephone conference and not microphone and speakers on your computer. The telephone number and access code will be provided as a part of your connection to the meeting. Since this meeting is being conducted via WebEx, I will ask all committee members and speakers to announce themselves by name before speaking for clarity of the official record. All committee members are able to unmute themselves to speak during the meeting. Please place yourself back on mute when not speaking to reduce background noise for all participants. When making a motion, please use the raise hand feature located at the bottom of the WebEx screen so staff can identify a motion and a second. During a discussion on an agenda item, please use the same raise hand feature if you want to speak, and I will call on you. Following such online meeting etiquette will ensure the best audio quality for everyone. During each call for comments from the committee members and speakers, we will ensure that all comments that can be accommodated are heard before proceeding with the agenda. This is an official business meeting of the Dental Board of California Licensing, Certification, and Permits Committee. The committee welcomes public comments on any item on the agenda. The DC moderator will explain the process for providing the public comment shortly. When called upon, the moderator will unmute the microphone of the individual and they will have 2 minutes to make public comment. The moderator will audibly announce when 30 seconds remain to conclude the public comment. After the 2 minutes have lapsed, the individual will be placed back on mute. Only one public comment per agenda item is allowed per attendee. Depending on the number of people who would like to testify on a particular agenda item, a time limit may be imposed. We ask all speakers to please stay on topic and not repeat testimony already provided. If you agree with the testimony already provided, just please state your name and that you are in support of any comments previously provided. I would now like to ask the DC moderator to please explain how public comments will be taken during this WebEx meeting.
Thank you. This is the moderator. For today's meeting, to facilitate public comment, we will be utilizing the question and answer feature in WebEx. You will hear me refer to this as the Q&A. When the committee reaches a point in the agenda at which public comment is appropriate, the Q&A feature will be turned on and members of the public can indicate that they would like to make a comment by inserting the word comment into the text box, and that is going to be typically located in the right of your screen. I will then call on each individual by name in the order that the requests are received. When I call on your name and I click on the microphone, that will alert you at your end that you have the ability to now unmute your own microphone. You should see a little pop-up, and that pop-up will contain a little button that says unmute me. You simply click that unmute me button and that will open your microphone. I will remind you to make a brief pause before speaking, as I believe WebEx will make a statement over your speakers, and you have to wait till that finishes before you speak, or it can cut off the beginning of your comment. Again, a reminder, you will have 2 minutes to make your comments. At the conclusion of the 2 minutes, I will be muting your microphone and move on to the next member of the public who has a comment. Please note that the question and answer feature is being used only as a means for members of the public to represent that they would like to make a verbal comment. This is not a means to ask questions of myself or members of the committee. Such inquiries submitted using this feature will not be answered. And when making your comment, please make sure the comment is directed at the host in the dropdown. While you are free to express criticism or negative views, for the sake of the members of the public participating on the call, please do not use profane language when making public comments to the committee. I will provide a brief reminder of this approach at the start of each public comment item. And finally, when committee members or senior staff are not speaking, I would like to remind them to mute their microphone. If I detect background noise during the meeting as a result of unmuted microphones, I will either interject with a brief friendly reminder, or if it's not an opportune time in the meeting to do so, I may mute your microphone myself. And with that, I will turn the floor. Oh, and one quick reminder, today's hand raise feature, we are in the new WebEx. And it looks like everybody that's joined right now was also on our board meeting. But just as a reminder, your hand raise feature will be located next to your name. And I'll turn it back over to the committee chair.
Thank you, moderator. I would like to call the meeting to order and ask staff to please call the roll.
Good afternoon, members of the Licensing and Certification Permits Committee. My name is Jessica Olney, and I'll be taking the role this afternoon. Chan,
Chan, present.
Felsenfeld,
Felsenfeld, present.
Mendoza,
Mendoza, present.
Molina,
Molina, present.
Morrow,
Morrow, present.
Olagi,
Olagi, present.
Thank you, members of the committee. All are present, and we do have a quorum.
Thank you. We will now move on to agenda item 2, public comment on items not on the agenda. Are there any public comments? DC moderator, please facilitate the lines for public comment.
This is the moderator. We've opened that Q&A panel. If you'd like to make a public comment, please click on the Q&A icon on your screen, and that will look like a question mark inside of a square. Type comment into the text box and submit that to the moderator or the host. And seeing no requests for comment, would you like me to close the panel?
Yes, thank you.
It is closed.
Thank you for your help. That concludes the open session portion of this meeting. The committee will now recess into closed session. At the conclusion of closed session, the committee will return to open session for the purpose of meeting adjournment. Due to technological limitations, adjournment will not be broadcast. Adjournment will immediately follow closed session, and there will be no other items of business discussed.